Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:59 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. Nothing really came over me this morning to talk to you about. I went to the medicine cabinet this morning and I noticed a bottle of Excedrin migraine. And when me and my wife first got together, and I've known her or known of her, we've known of each other since we were teenagers. And when we first got together, I remember she would get these really bad migraines. And when I say bad, I would ask her on a scale of 1 to 10, because I was trying to gauge what kind of pain she was in. And sometimes she would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 5. It usually was never lower than a 5. I'm a 6. I'm a 7. And then I'm a 10. I'm a 10 plus. She didn't complain. She had a very high tolerance for pain, obviously, because she did not complain. She had a ritual. She would grab an ice pack, and she would literally put it on her head until the ice pack melted down to nothing. And she would have them once, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. Once and sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And as I'm sitting there looking at this migraine, this Excedrin migraine bottle in the cabinet, 2 things come to my mind. She hasn't had a headache in a long time. Or is she secretly suffering and I don't know it? See, there's been a lot of change since we've been married, or since we've been together, for both of us. My change has been in my fitness and financially, how I handle my finances, and my spiritual walk with God. And in her life, she's given up, soda and her spiritual walk, and how she eats and takes care of herself. And I'm thinking, as I'm looking at this bottle, wouldn't that be great if just simply as a result of making a change to ourselves, we can correct all the things that we were told are just what they are. Because the doctor would say, we did a scan, there's nothing wrong with you. Migraines are sometimes common and sometimes hereditary. Now, you can't tell me that something bad is hereditary throughout my bloodline. You can't tell me that something undesirable is a part of me, as if it was some type of family heirloom that was handed down. I don't accept that. I kind of look at you a little. I'll cock my head, look at you a little crazy, like, yeah, dude, I can't accept that. Sorry, I can't accept that. And the fact that she hasn't had migraines, I know for a fact. I don't have to second guess it. And I'm not saying she doesn't get them at all. I'm just saying to the degree where she was getting them when we initially started dating. Because I haven't seen any of those ice packs melting, bags of ice melted in order to numb the pain that was going on inside of her head. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 plus is the pain. I would do anything I could to comfort her. And we haven't ever had this conversation because I guess out of sight, out of mind. Maybe I'll have that conversation today. But surprise, surprise, that the moment that anyone decides to make a change in their life, shake off some of the stress, some of the freeloaders, some of the leechers, some of the unwanted stress, some of the unwanted weight, some of the bad eating habits, some of just the bad being habits, just existing with bad habits. How you'll start to see those things that they say were hereditary. This is hereditary. This is something you have to have for the rest of your life. Now, you are a lie. You are a lie. I remember in the first part of my journey, I was really enamored with the book Think and Grow Rich, and especially the part about Napoleon Hill's son, who was born with no ears, literally no ears, and the doctor said it is what it is, and he looked at him, he's like, "Doctor, I just don't accept it." And he said, "Napoleon, understand something. Sometimes you have to just accept that." And Napoleon says, "I don't have to accept anything I don't want. I have control over what I accept." I think his son's name was Blair. And sure enough, he was able to, strictly off the mental thinking, evoke a change in his son by simply believing that it was possible. Simply believing it was possible. My wife made me believe, without even doing anything intentionally, but just simply seeing the migraines dissipate, that when you make a course correction in yourself, nothing that you thought was forever or nothing that you thought was hereditary has to become or stay a part of your life. That's an option. That's a choice. It's just like a cigarette smoker saying, "I've smoked these many years. What's it going to benefit me to stop?" Well, that's what you believe. But maybe stopping will just benefit your ego to say you don't have control over me. And most people will never stop simply to find out if it will make them a better them. The change is always within you. You just have to know it. Period.